The Tipping Point with Mike Tipton is brought to you by Dubby. What is Dubby? Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like those other energy drinks have. They also have no maltodextrin fillers and don't use artificial dyes. Dubby contains vitamins, amino acids, a nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Dubby's products are made in the USA in an FDA-inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. All of the flavors are unique and custom-made by Dubby, and you'll never taste our taste anywhere else. The best part about it is they're affordable. Dubby's drinks come out to about $1 per drink, much cheaper than Starbucks or any of those canned energy drinks. To learn more, visit w.gg.com/MRTipton33 and place your order today. Use promo code MrTipton33 and save today. Dubby Energy, be better. What's going on, everybody? I want to tell you about my new friends over at Cleverman. Visit them online at becleverman.com. What they gave me was the energizing face and beard scrub along with the Cleverman face scrubber. And trust me when I say this, the energizing face and beard scrub smells amazing. Combining it with the face scrubber, making sure that your boy was looking as good and sexy as possible, opened up a whole different sensation in my face that I haven't ever felt before. I felt so clean, so fresh, and so clean, like Outcast said, and it helped me feel like I was ready for my day. Make sure you visit them online at becleverman.com and follow them on Instagram at clevermannyc. The link is up in my bio if you want to check out all the amazing products they have. Visit them online, becleverman.com. What's going on, y'all? It is time for the Tipping Point with Mike Tipton, hanging out with you here on a Wednesday afternoon. Not going to lie, I've been a busy-ass day, so I was trying to get caught up in all of the sports news. I'm going to need y'all to help me out a little bit. My people that watch the show, I'm going to need y'all to help me out a little bit. Help me meander through today's show. It's probably going to be a little bit of a short show. I've got a killer migraine right now, but I still wanted to jump on here and do this because, as you know, if you've been a long-time listener to the show, as we're live on Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on X, on Instagram, all over the place, you know that this is like my therapy couch. So I needed this. I needed this today. And thank you all so much for being a part of what it is. I have a new sponsor, and I'm trying to find all their information. I guess we might talk about that a little bit later whenever I get to that point. A lot of stuff going on in the world of sports right now. Yesterday, you might have seen it whenever I was talking on the on one of these shows that I am on, the Lockdown Coverage podcast. Almost didn't get that out, but the Lockdown Coverage podcast. You saw yesterday we were talking about Bill Belichick being kept out of the NFL Hall of Fame. That's still a topic, one of the topics du jour. That shows you how slow of a news day it's been in the world of sports. Shout out to Miller Lite, our unofficial sponsor of the Tipping Point with Mike Tipton, our unofficial beer sponsor for today's episode. Ava Allen saying hi. Hello, Ava Allen. How are you today? Hope you're doing great. Hope that you are not one of the many, many bots that I've been having to deal with since doing a new thing on YouTube. Those bots have been making me not want to do what I've been doing on YouTube, but it's okay. Hopefully you are not one of them. I am leaving up once I get this done being poured. I am leaving the topics of the show up to those of you who are tuned in right now. I more than likely don't know everything, so you're going to ask me some random ass questions. I more than likely can't answer that. Look at how perfect of a pour that was. Jesus Christ. Your boy's got skills. Didn't even have to worry about too much. getting text messages and all kinds of cool stuff. It's all right. It's all good. Bill Belichick being kept out of the Hall of Fame, big topic of the day. We'll talk about that if you all want to talk about that. But where I wanted to start off at was the Cleveland Browns getting their new hire, Todd Monken, former offensive coordinator of the Baltimore Ravens. He is now their new head coach. My dude, Tommy Cadanza, tuning in saying, what's up, Tip? What's up, Tommy? Hope that you're having a great day, my friend. Salute. Oh, well, you're probably at work right now, so you can't be hanging out with me. I mean, you can be hanging out. You just can't be drinking with me. Also, I got to give a shout out. I've been negligent in this, but I want to give a shout out to my friends over at El Paso downtown El Paso. They're doing amazing things. I am going to be a part of the downtown Barstool Open this Saturday. It's going to be a phenomenal time. So I'm looking forward to that. Some mini golf, some alcohol on Saturday. It's going to be a good old time. Tommy's saying I'm always at work. LOL, my guy. I don't know. So Tommy, I've got to figure this out. We're going to figure this out together, my dude. In April, I'm going to have to move the show back to 8:00 in the morning because of work stuff and things like that. Some of y'all know what my job is. I'm not going to let that be known right here, right now. But some of y'all know what my job is. And my afternoons are going to be taken up for the most part. 75 days are going to be taken up in the afternoon. So it'll be easier for me to do the show at 8:00 in the morning. But I've got to ask y'all, like, did you enjoy the show at 8:00 in the morning? Maybe I should have put like these surveys out back in the day, right? Like maybe I should have done some of that. It will allow me to do the show more often at 8:00 in the morning once I get back on that schedule, and maybe we'll be able to continue that through next off season. But maybe we do the show back at 8:00 in the morning. Or maybe I just do Fire and Ice on Saturdays. We'll see. We'll wind up seeing how it goes with how stressful some of this stuff has been recently. And nonetheless, I am here. Tommy's like, yes, it works better for me in the morning, even though you get hit with the greatest piece of imaging this show has. 8:00 in the morning will work better for you. Okay, that's awesome. That makes me feel better then. That makes me feel good because I am thinking about it. And I know Augustine being a part of the show, I think one of the things that I wanted to do this year was incorporate some of my friends a little more. And by friends, I mean people in the media a little more. So we'll see. We'll work something out. I think 8:00 in the morning will work. I think I'll have to do like afternoon interviews or something like that in order to keep it going. I do want to give a shout out though to my girl Ashley Candelaria. Why do I feel like I messed up your last name? Jesus Christ, am I drawing a blank right now? Anyway, Ashley. Jesus. Talking about it with Ashley. New episode came out today. I'm in charge of those episodes. It was late because of me, but it's an awesome episode. She was talking about NAMI, one of the nonprofits, the various nonprofits here for helping out mental health. It's a great podcast. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health, go check it out. I don't know why I thought I messed up your last name, Ash. I'm just like, I know I didn't, but it didn't sound correct to me. Well, you know what I mean? Like maybe I'm having one of those days. Maybe it's catching up. I'm 41. Yeah, I'm 41. It's too young for that, isn't it? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Ashley is saying anytime works. Okay. So the show anytime is a good time for the Tipping Point with Mike Tipton. Tommy, what were your thoughts? All the stuff that's going on in the world of the NFL right now, the world of sports. I am excited about it because I wanted to talk a little bit about the world of sports. And I always or basketball rather, is where I wanted to go. I'm still getting text messages. It's wild. I should not be important. Anytime I'm important, it's not a good thing. But I wanted to talk basketball. And as I look at the NBA and the landscape of the NBA, you look at what the best team in the NBA is right now. It's the Oklahoma City Thunder. I don't think anybody was going to be surprised by that because OKC is so good. And the scariest thing about it is the Clippers are so bad that Oklahoma City is going to have great draft picks for what feels like the remainder of time. Like it just doesn't feel like it's going to be anything that it'll be an unrelenting good team. And I do not like my chances. You all know I'm a San Antonio Spurs fan. I don't have my Spurs hat on right now, but y'all know that I am a San Antonio Spurs fan. And I feel like the window for the San Antonio Spurs is going to be so small and minuscule that it's going to be hard for them to win a title with Oklahoma City because they can get rid of some talent. They can get rid of some depth and then just draft some really good players because they have a ton of draft capital because of the Paul George trade, because of the Chris Paul trade. Like, they've done amazing work with the Oklahoma City Thunder. That them being the number one team in the NBA right now is not a surprise to anyone. At least it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. Then you have the number 2 team in the NBA right now, who I do think is a little bit of a surprise, the Detroit Pistons. Detroit 34-11 right now on the season, the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, 5-game lead in the Eastern Conference. I say that's a bit of a surprise because last year a lot of people, you saw Detroit make it to the playoffs. And you kind of thought to yourself, okay, well, that's cute. Like, Detroit gets to make it to the playoffs. Maybe this is where the road ends. And it did. Like, it ended a little early, unceremoniously for them against the New York Knicks. And you kind of thought to yourself, okay, well, maybe they can get over the hump. Maybe it can get better eventually going down the road. Like, maybe something better can happen for the New York Knicks. Or not the New York Knicks, the Detroit Pistons. And you look at this year, you didn't think of them as like a title contender or anything of that nature. You thought of them as just a pretty good team, right? They're a solid team. They're okay. They're not going to win a championship or do any of that stuff, but they're going to make it fun. And lo and behold, right now, they're the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference. Then tied for the 3rd best record in the NBA, and this is where we're going to stop with our NBA standings talk right now. The 3rd best record in the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs and the Denver Nuggets, they are tied right now, 31 wins each. I still think San Antonio's a little bit away. And I know if you're a Spurs fan, you're going to tell me, Tip, you're wrong, you're a jerk, or whatever it is. Well, I trust me, I get it, I understand it. But it's hard for me to look at this team the way they're constructed right now and say that they can win a championship. Now, there is the possibility of a major trade being put out there, right? Maybe the Spurs go out there and get a major piece that's been spoken about over the last couple of years, right? I guess not years. I guess last year coming into this year is the time that it was spoken about, especially over the offseason. And it would be the San Antonio Spurs. My friend, Bobby Marks, used to hear him on NBA Insiders on ESPN Radio back whenever I was producing, way back in the Wayback Machine. Ashley Candelaria saying, I am not a big basketball fan. LOL, my team was the Supersonics. Yep, I'm that old. And the Suns. But they do fantasy basketball? Also, how do you feel about those basketball courts? I know what you're talking about. Those weird basketball courts that they've been showing out there from time to time. Yeah, like that's a very specific thing that they've got going on. Ashley, is during the Emirates NBA Cup is what it's called, but it's like a little tournament that they have in season for the NBA. They changed the courts to make it look a little different because they want this cup thing to be a major thing that they wind up, promoting and getting a ton of money from because of the NBA, and they're terrible at promoting themselves. So they have to have something like this little gimmick in order to do it. Some of the courts are awesome. They look absolutely amazing. And some of them are just bad. Like, they're hard on the eyes. I think one of the ones is the Portland Trail Blazers. They had that red court. Maybe I can look up, like, the worst. The worst Emirates Cup courts. The Toronto Raptors is coming up. That might be the red one that I was thinking about right now. Let's see what this looks like. I know we got to have it. Oh, my Lord. Okay. That is grotesque. I'm going to save that. That's not going to help me out. That's not the type of file I need. Damn you, internet, for ruining things for me. I don't think this is going to work either, but let's see. Let's see if it works. Image file. We're looking this up. It's not going to work for me. I guess I'm going to have to share the screen. Something I didn't want to do, but we will share the screen real quick so that y'all can see kind of how gross some of this stuff is. So you see the Toronto Raptors, they have the red court over here, and they have the purple court over here as well. It's not a good look. This is what it looks like in the arena. I wonder if I could zoom in on that. I'm not going to try it right now because I'm on this. Well, maybe. Let's see. Well, that didn't do what I wanted it to do, so we'll go back to where I was. But, I mean, you can see some of these terrible, terrible courts that they have for the Emirates NBA Cup. I wonder if we're going to get some other ones. Oh, yeah, look at that, the Minnesota one. I forgot how ugly that Minnesota Timberwolves court was. Oh, my Lord. That lime green, I don't know what kind of green that is. Well, that looks disgusting. The Golden State Warriors with this gray one. I guess it looks okay, I guess, right? Like, that's not really the Golden State Warriors colors. I guess it's better than the red. Like, the Chicago Bulls red one is bad. This Hornets one actually looks kind of cool. But I've always liked the Charlotte Hornets color scheme. Ashley, Tommy, maybe you guys can vouch for me on this. But we all knew somebody out there. And we always thought they were like one of the cooler people. We all knew somebody out there that had that starter jacket from the Charlotte Hornets. And that was a badass looking jacket. I loved that jacket. I thought it was such a cool effing jacket. Like, I wasn't even a Charlotte Hornets fan, and I wanted to have one of those jackets. Oh man. I should have found a way to get one of those whenever I was younger. Back in my youngin' days. Oh my goodness. I'm looking up something here, guys. Because as I said, I have a new-ish sponsor for some of the stuff I'm doing here. I'm going through all my emails to see what we can do to get their information. Hey. Getting that right there. I know it's weird. How does this goofy ass show find a way to get new sponsors? It's always funny to me. And I wanted to do something with them because it was just something that we just figured out right now. Like we just came to an agreement as I was driving home. Don't text and drive, everybody. But we just came to an agreement. And I'm trying to find the stuff. I'm gonna have to look for it later. I wanted to give them love today, but it's all good. Tommy, going back to what it was that we were talking about with the Charlotte Hornets jersey, or not jersey, the starter jacket, said, hell yeah, I had one of those, and the Michigan one too. I always wanted the Hoyas jacket. Oh, man. That Georgetown Hoyas jacket, that was so good. That was so good. Ashley saying, I had it. I wasn't even a fan, but I rocked the ish out of that Charlotte Hornets starter jacket. Damn, man. Like, now I feel like I'm the only one. Like, is this what happens when you grow up in Socorro? When you grow up in poor time Socorro? I'm the only one that didn't have the starter jacket, the Charlotte Hornets starter jacket. Ashley saying that's where we got the Talking About It podcast colors from. Oh, yeah. And that's why, Tommy, now you know why I love that. Why I loved that particular jacket. Socorro Bulldogs, baby. We bulldogging MOs like the Georgetown Hoyas. If anyone can tell me where that song is from, I will give you all kinds of love. All kinds of love. Someone's got, like Tommy, you're older. Ashley, you're older. You got to know that. You got to know that. Our dude, the Crooked Commish, I checked out the show yesterday on the Chicago Clubhouse Network. Saying, hey, Money Mike, what's up? Question. Where are you? Were you one of the guys that didn't vote for Belichick to go into the Hall of Fame? Was that me? Was I that guy that didn't vote for Bill Belichick to go into the Hall of Fame? No. I'm just like everyone else. I find it as asinine as possible that Bill Belichick, of all people, isn't in the NFL Hall of Fame, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The coach that's won 6 Super Bowls as a head coach, 8 total Super Bowls as a coach in the NFL. What Super Bowl are we at? Are we at Super Bowl 56? Is that what it is? Super Bowl 56? What Super Bowl are we at? Uh, 60. Oh my God. Wow. That's the moment where you realize that time is flying by you whenever you're like, holy shit, it's Super Bowl 60 right now. And that totally makes sense because the last time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl, it was Super Bowl 30. I am getting old. Jesus Christ. That was not the reality that I wanted to live in today. I don't know what the hell happened. Wow. So out of the 60 Super Bowls that there have been, Bill Belichick having 8 Super Bowl wins as a coach, not just a head coach, but as a coach in general, means he's got roughly, what are we going to say that is? 13 point some odd percent of all the Super Bowl victories have gone to Bill Belichick. Wrap your mind around that double-digit percentage of Super Bowl championships are hanging up in Bill Belichick's Hall of Fame locker resume that he's got. I cannot, just for the life of me, I cannot understand how you can justify, how you can be anybody in the NFL. Man, I was so close. I had to get it right. It was 13.3. Damn. Hey, that's not bad for quick math. That ain't bad for quick math off the top of your head. But whenever you look at Bill Belichick and you look at all the stuff that kind of surrounds Bill Belichick, the winning, right? It's insane. It is absolutely insane. Tommy hitting the nail on the head right now saying Bill Belichick not being a first ballot guy is ridiculous. And then by far the highest percentage than any other coach in the Hall of Fame, but Bill Belichick is not in. Shake my damn head is what the Crooked Commish says. Did Woody finally get the respect he deserves. And by Woody, I think you mean Darren Woodson. I'm going to have to check. Like, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I didn't even look to see. I know Drew Brees. I know Drew Brees is one of them. Let's see who we have. Let's see who we have. Okay, AI is not helping me out here, so I actually have to look. That's what sucks, is like, so Drew Brees being in the Hall of Fame overshadowed by this absolute disrespect that Bill Belichick is getting. It shouldn't be about Bill Belichick is not in the NFL Hall of Fame. It should be about all these other players that made it to the Hall of Fame, and it should include Bill Belichick, because we all know that's the winningest head coach, won the most Super Bowls as a head coach, number 2 all time in all-time wins in the NFL, 14 behind first place, which I believe is Don Shula. I'm going to have to check that out. Yeah, it's got to be Don Shula. It's just insanity to me. Absolute insanity to me. No. So let's see. Let's go over here. Goodness gracious. I'm trying to find. Yeah, we don't worry about that. No. I'm trying to find who the finalists were, but all I'm getting, everything I'm getting right now, is just Bill Belichick was snubbed. And that's so unfair. So unfair to the rest of the people that are making it into the Hall of Fame, or at least finalists for the Hall of Fame, right? Maybe I'm drunk right now. So they're going to announce who's going to be. Okay, that's what I thought. But it's weird that, again, Belichick isn't one of the finalists over here. I'm looking at Drew Brees. We guarantee he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly. That's the one that I don't know if he's going to be able to get in. Luke Kuechly had a minute there where he was one of the best. I just don't know if it was something that lasted long enough. Terrell Suggs, that's definitely a Hall of Famer. Adam Vinatieri should be a Hall of Famer. Eli Manning, that's going to be interesting. He's got 2 Super Bowl wins, right? Tommy, you're going to have to elaborate for me on here, because I'm not seeing anything about Woody. So what happened here with Woody? Frank Gore. Damn. Like I know Frank Gore is 3rd all-time rushing, but at any point in your life, did you sit there and say that Frank Gore was going to be a Hall of Fame running back? Like, did anyone think that? Torrey Holt, not too sure how he's not in already. Reggie Wayne should have already been in. Willie Anderson should be in. Jahari Evans, I don't know about that one. Fred Taylor, Steve Smith Sr., Hines Ward, Jason Witten. Witten should be a first ballot Hall of Famer as well, right? Like, that shouldn't be up for debate. You can hate the Dallas Cowboys all you want. You're going to keep the D in your mouth. Maybe not the whole thing, but at least just the tip.
I just want to put the tip in.
It's time for
Just a Tip.
That would make me uncomfortable.
Promise that it ain't too much, but just enough. Just a tip. Just a tip.
Just the tip? Just the tip.
It's time for Just the Tip.
That was a better transition than the one I did the other day. Just the Tip is brought to you by our friends over at www.myhappynuts.com. Go right now to www.myhappynuts.com. Guys, I know it's cold right now, but you're trying to bundle yourself up. That means you're sweating. You're going home with all kinds of crotch rot, and you're just smelling as terrible as you possibly can. No more worries. Get that comfort cream and make sure your boys are feeling as good as they possibly can. Protect yourself from sweat and chafe and all the other nastiness that goes around because you don't take care of yourself the way that you should. Stop being selfish and take care of your nuts so your nuts can be as happy as my nuts. www.myhappynuts.com. Use promo code Mike Tipton at checkout and save on all of your male grooming needs. Tommy, I know that Darren Woodson has been snubbed for the last 20 years, but I'm not seeing anything about like any news, right? I hope he gets in. Like he should be a Hall of Famer. The fact of the matter is, the cricket committee saying, yeah, Witten should be there too. I sound like a broken record sometimes whenever it comes to these Hall of Fame committees, because I think to myself that it shouldn't take X amount of ballots for anybody to get in. You're either a Hall of Famer or you're not. There shouldn't be all these, votes and caveats and stuff like that and blah, 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 because the numbers are not going to change. Your numbers are not going to change. The player that's up for Hall of Fame consideration, their numbers are not going to change. They are going to be what they're going to be for the remainder of time. So it's hard for me to sit back and be like, oh, this guy's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. You're either a Hall of Famer or you're not a Hall of Famer. It should only be one ballot. Are you good enough to be in the Hall of Fame the first time you're eligible to be in the Hall of Fame? You look at someone like Larry Fitzgerald. Yeah, that's a definite Hall of Famer. Adam Vinatieri should be a Hall of Famer. I don't care if they talk about kickers. Oh, well, kickers, this and that. Adam Vinatieri is the greatest kicker that has ever kicked. It's just, again, it's insane to me. Absolute insanity that we have to have these conversations of someone like Darren Woodson, who absolutely was a Hall of Fame player. Like it is unequivocal that Darren Woodson was a Hall of Fame player. For us to sit back and have to have this conversation of, oh, well, for 20 years, he hasn't been allowed in the Hall of Fame. His stats have not gotten better over the last 20 years. But we all know, if you watched football at any point in time, you saw the impact that he had, not just on the field, but for the Dallas Cowboys as a whole. And it's going to be the same thing with Eli Manning, right? Like, I am not a fan of the New York Giants. I do not like the New York Giants. They always find a way to just ruin things for everybody. But Eli Manning took that team to 2 Super Bowls, won 2 Super Bowls. We always say the barometer for a quarterback, their success isn't just 1 Super Bowl win, it's more than 1 Super Bowl win. Well, Eli Manning has that. Granted, on the flip side of that coin is he never won a playoff game outside of the 2 runs that he had to win the Super Bowl. But the fact of the matter is he won 2 Super Bowls. You can look at both of those games, and both of those games are throws made by Eli Manning. Sure, Mario Manningham had to make the catch. David Tyree had to make the catch. But it was a throw by Eli Manning that is what everyone remembers from those Super Bowl wins from the New York Giants. Yeah, if you say 2 Super Bowls for a quarterback is the barometer to get in, Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer. And it shouldn't even have to be this dumbass 5-year wait period. And I guess like this is just, again, all the pent-up frustration that I get because Major League Baseball just announced their like Hall of Fame finalists as well. And again, like, you're not going to get Barry Bonds or any of that other stuff. You cannot write the history of the game by keeping people out of it. Tommy Canazza saying the way the Giants won those Super Bowls are worthy of the Hall of Fame. 100%. 100%. If I'm not mistaken, the Giants were the first team to go on the road for all three of their playoff games to get to the Super Bowl and then win the Super Bowl, right? I might have to look that one up, but I'm pretty sure that that's the way that it's going to be. And you can say to me, oh, Tip, well, the Super Bowl is all about, individual records, not team records. Eli Manning was in the NFL for long enough that he was able to actually compile a shit ton of stats, right? Like he's top 10 in a lot of categories you would not expect Eli Manning to be top 10 in. Tommy's saying from the 6th seed to the Super Bowl champions, taking down the undefeated Patriots along the way. But I think that's the thing, right? Like you watch football and in the moment whenever you're watching greatness. And I don't care if an athlete wasn't nice to the media. I know that's sacrilege, but from someone like me who's in the media, right? Like, oh my God, how dare this guy not be on the side of the media? Because I get it. I've been in those dumbass press conferences where a media member asks, your team lost today 27-31. What happened? Well, motherfucker, we didn't score 32 points. That's what happened. They scored more than us. What the hell? Do you watch the game with your own eyes? I've been in those press conferences. I cannot stand a press conference. I think they're lazy, and I know I'm probably going to get shit on by a couple of media members that are out there. I don't give a shit. Press conferences are, without a shadow of a doubt, the laziest way of covering sports. If you watch the damn game, you know what happened in the game. Sometimes your team wins, sometimes your team loses. And the further we get away from watching the games actually happen, the more you start to miss details, right? Because for a lot of people, it's just going to be the New York Giants beat the Patriots. They're not going to see that Patriots team was an absolute unit going undefeated to get into the Super Bowl, because they don't put on the bottom of the scroll or any of that other nonsense. The Giants were a 6th seed and the New England Patriots were 18-0 at the time, right? Like they don't put that stuff out there. It's just the Giants beat the Patriots, end of discussion. Nothing else that happened, none of the other things that went on, how Eli played in that game, how Eli was getting dragged down by his collar and was still able to make that throw to David Tyree, a hell of a catch by David Tyree. He should be in the Hall of Fame for just that catch. But we sit back and the longer we remove ourselves from whenever these players had their impact, the more it muddies the waters, right? The more we get to be like, oh, well, Darren Woodson, he didn't have as many interceptions as Troy Polamalu had. Well, the game changed, man. It went from a very run-style game, so Darren Woodson's out here just clogging up the middle, deflecting passes, tackling the hell out of people, to, okay, now you're going to have a lot more opportunities to intercept the ball. When the ball's in the air more, you have the opportunity to do it. And that's why, like, I've never been one of these people that talks about, like, era talk, right? I know with my eyes what I saw whenever I watched Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was the greatest basketball player I had ever seen whenever I was a kid. And at one point, the greatest basketball player I had ever seen was LeBron James. And now the greatest basketball player I have ever seen is Nikola Jokic, which is just weird for people. I remember being on a couple of other shows in the past and talking about the fact that, like, Nikola Jokic is a specimen we have never seen before. This is, without a shadow of a doubt, the greatest all-around basketball player we have ever seen. But, and here's your caveat all the time, I got to watch Michael Jordan, and I had never seen anybody that loved to win as much as I saw it from Michael Jordan. And you can't even say Michael Jordan's the greatest winner of all time, because that's Bill Russell. So I hate whenever we do this era talk, or, oh, this guy's the greatest of all time. No, dude, he's the greatest of his generation. He's the greatest of this time frame. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone wants to do a Mount Rushmore of all this stuff. We have too much now. There's too many people to put on a Mount Rushmore other than whenever it's in July and there's nothing else to talk about and you need a talking point, which is what the media, sports media, does all the time. How do I know? Because I've done it. I've been there. I've been in the production meetings. We've got to have some sort of topic today. What do we talk about? Do we talk about the Dallas Cowboys and what they're doing with contracts? Or do we talk about who the 4 best baseball players of all time were? And then we leave off somebody like Barry Bonds to create the conversation. The Cricket Commission saying Michael Jordan hated losing more than he liked winning. I think that's where I get it from. For those of you that don't know, first off, where you been? Welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Welcoming place. Unofficially brought to you by by Miller Lite. I don't think I've had a Bud Light in years. Actually, that's where I was going. That's so funny. That's so funny whenever you think about specific things. I used to do traffic reports for QView Traffic, brought to you by Bud Light. This Bud's for you. So it just came straight into my mind that whenever I said brought to you by, it was Bud Light for QView Traffic, because this Bud's for you. Nothing says make your drive home safely like Bud Light sponsoring your drive home. Also, it's been a while since some people have heard the radio voice come out. At least that version of the radio voice come out. Wild times. But again, I'm born on Michael Jordan's birthday in his rookie season. And I feel like some of that, like I hate to lose more than I liked winning is in me. Because like I see my kids, and kids are the best and the worst at the same time. Both of them play games, and then they will lose these games on purpose. And I sit back and I think to myself, like I try to have my mind not blow up. Because, and it doesn't even impact me. It's their game. They're the ones playing it, not me. Well, why the hell am I getting upset about? But I see them lose, and it bothers me. At least, like if you lose on purpose, right? Like that's what bothers me. You lose given an effort. Don't lose on purpose. But I'm the exact same way. Like I cannot stand. Like I hate going to casinos. I like going to casinos and having fun. I don't like to go to casinos because if I lose $10, I am livid. Maybe that's also because I'm frugal, I guess. I don't know what the proper way of saying that would be. I don't think I'm frugal, at least. But I just hate losing. It like I go home, so like I can lose $10 at a casino and like win $1,000, and I'll be like, well, I didn't really win $1,000. I won $990 because I lost $10. It took me $10 to get to this 1,000. Like I'm one of those people. Like I hate it. I wish I can be happy. And then whenever I win, it's like, oh well, at least I didn't lose. Like that's how I always feel about things. Wow, whenever I started the show by saying that I had a migraine and that I was, I just wasn't feeling great today and that this was my therapy couch, I think I literally just turned the show into a therapy couch. My bad, guys. But no one's asking anything else. No one's commenting. No one's changing me around. I need you guys. And you guys need to drive the show the way that it goes. You know how this works. I can't do this all on my own. Ashley giving me a little clap for that. The Cricket Commission, LMAO, Mike, that's what we are here for. Oh, trust me, I know. We are here for it. I just saw like a whole bunch of stuff flash in front of my eyes. I was like, damn, I've done some pretty cool stuff. And like, I'm not happy with it. It's weird. Like, let me be happy with it. I've won a lot, but it's only because I'm fueled by not losing. That's what it is right now. That's awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you for dealing with my meanderings and my hatred of losing. I say it all the time. I hate competition stuff because I am overly competitive. I'm going to be doing the downtown Barstool Open this weekend, and I am all about, like, I have to beat my friends at mini golf, and I am not good at mini golf. but I am going to bust my ass to make sure I beat all of my friends at mini golf. They might win one hole. It might be the first hole, but I am wow, that was not going to come out good. I was going to say, yeah, because I'm taking all the holes. I'm taking the rest of the holes. That was not something I probably should have said. The cricket commission saying we're going to talk it out and drink it out because I think we just made a breakthrough. We did. Salud. I hope that you're drinking with me. And if you are drinking with me, I hope that your drink of choice is an ice cold, delicious Miller Lite. Miller Lite, the unofficial sponsor of this segment of the show. I say that because I just had a ton of Miller Lite that I needed to get rid of. I've also got my birthday coming up. And I was thinking for my birthday, because my birthday lands on Mardi Gras, that I should call it either a Tippy Gras, which is always good, right? Tippy Gras, like it's perfect. We could have an ITIPPI, Tippy Gras, or we call it Fat Tips Day. And I'm kind of leaning towards Fat Tips Day because, come on, like it's so perfect. The cricket commission saying even the glory holes I will take, just like Jerry Jones. Give me some glory hole. Oh, that's so good. Ashley Candelario saying, LMAO, you're going to be like Happy Gilmore, breaking clubs and yelling at holes. Oh, 100%. 100%. Stop laughing at me, clown. Like that's 100% going to happen. But that's also the best part about being an adult. I can just blame it on being drunk, right? Like everyone will look at me and be like, oh, this guy can't handle his alcohol. No. I am coping. I am coping with losing. I was about to say I'm coping with loss, but that's a completely different thing. The show is going off the rails. Bill Belichick, am I right? Ah, shit, that's not the one that works. The Dallas Cowboys, am I right? Ashley saying, I heard Titty Gras. Tips Day is the winner. Fat Tips Day. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Fat Tips Day works, especially if it's just a tip. 100%. 100%. I'm glad that you guys are with me. I am glad that you guys are with me on this because I wanted to make a graphic and I wanted to make a shirt with my face on it. And since I am a big fat guy with some titties, like Fat Bastard, oh, look at my titties. That might have been the first time I broke out the Fat Bastard voice on you guys. Now that I'm thinking about it. Dr. Evil, I tell you, you keep your money, but you give me the baby. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Ribs. Oh, anyway, I got to stop. I need to stop. I'm not even drunk. That's a wild thing. Is this was a full glass 48 minutes ago. And as you can tell, I haven't drank that much out of it. Although it is absolutely delicious. Miller Lite. Tommy saying, good thing the show isn't in the morning until April. LMAO. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's far enough after the show, or far enough after 8:30, what would have been 8:30, the halfway point of the show, to where your kids wouldn't have had to hear or heard the nonsense that's coming out of my mouth right now. Ashley is saying, let's go. I want one of those Tippy Gras t-shirts, Fat Tips Day t-shirts. God, I wonder if I'd be able to sell that. Just Fat Tips Day. The waiters and waitresses would love that shirt. I've also got to think of what I want to do. Like I'm too old, right? Like I'm 41. I'm going to be 42 years old. I'm too old to be going out and celebrating Mardi Gras. Or am I? I think everybody loves titty. It doesn't matter how old you are. Everyone loves them. Everybody does. I probably shouldn't have said that either, but fuck it. Well, the show's already off the rails. Let's go. I think you guys that have hung out with the show, Ashley, Crooked Commish, Augustine, Tommy, like the people that have watched the show for a long time, You guys have seen how many times I've said something and immediately regretted it. It happened just right there. The Cricket Commission, I know a guy to make them. He can get them done. Oh, Commish. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to come up with a design. I will text you that design, Commish, and we'll put some prices together. I think I'm going to have a birthday party. So Tommy, Ashley, Commish, you guys are going to be invited to the birthday party. Nobody has to show their titties except for me. Jesus Christ. Can I get canceled on my own show? Is that what it's going to be? Well, we get some prices together. We'll see if I buy these shirts. I have spent money on some dumb stuff a bunch of times. Tommy's saying, you don't regret it. Don't lie. Yeah, this guy knows me. He knows me a little too well. Tommy, I'm just realizing on Monday, I was like, look at me. I'm showing personal growth. I'm showing maturity. And you said, we like the immature tip better. Well, it wasn't the target of the show, but here we are. Immature tip. Fat Tips Day. Coming to a bar near you. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. Because again, like, I don't want to go to a Mardi Gras party. I don't want to go to like a bar on Mardi Gras, but I also don't want to celebrate my birthday on, let's see, if my birthday's on Tuesday, Monday, it'll be the 14th. It'll be Valentine's Day on that Saturday. And then I feel like if I celebrate on the 13th, which is a Friday, like that's way too early. And I feel like if I celebrate the Friday afterwards, it's way too late. So like I gotta like figure this all out. Although I will tell you now I have a good leeway here where I can tell you a little bit about my new sponsor, and maybe my new sponsor comes in handy on Fat Tips Day. My new sponsor, and forgive me, this is just all off the top of my head. I've got to like do some more research. I got to get some of the product over here. But my new sponsor is called Party Patch. And you can already tell by what that is. That Party Patch is something that's going to help you continue the party. If you're a loser and a nerd and you're not like me and you're not a monster, an absolute beast, baby. If you're not like me and you get hangovers, Party Patch is perfect for you. It's got a ton of vitamins that your body needs to help you recover. Just slap that bad boy on under your sleeves or over your sleeves. I don't care where the hell you put it. Put it on your body, in your veins, baby. That's where you need it. And what it does is it releases the vitamins that your body needs to recover. You can put it on before, during, or after you drink, after a hard night of partying, and it takes care of you. It helps you recover. It helps you feel good. No more hangovers. I still don't know what that's like, so maybe one of these days it will happen. But no more hangovers. And you come out the next day feeling better. I'll have the website and all that stuff for you guys in the future, but check out, do some research for my friends, Party Patch. I'm excited about this one because I know, like I am flirting with disaster right now, guys. It's not a lie. It's not a flex. It's none of this other bullshit. I have genuinely never had a hangover, and people have seen I can throw them back with the best of them. I've just never had a hangover. I don't know what it is. But as I get older, I'm going to be 42, right? We've been talking about this. As I get 42 years old, we know that eventually the hangover is going to come. And I feel like it's a demon sneaking up behind me. Y'all have got to experience this whenever you were younger and you were able to bounce back quicker. My goofy ass, I'm going to be in my 40s experiencing my first hangover. And from what I've seen, it looks like it's absolute hell. I don't want that to be me. So I'm going to prevent it, right? I'm going to be like Barry Bonds. We were talking about that earlier. Barry Bonds out here getting like all the roids to be able to just hit those home runs and those bombs, baby. Barry Bonds had to have some performance enhancing drugs. I don't have to worry about making a Hall of Fame. I will never make the El Paso Athletic Sports Hall of Fame. That will never happen. So why not use PEDs to help out my performance? Fuck it. This year. Almost got through that without laughing. Let's try this again. Okay, I'm going to be looking right at the camera. We'll do this in 3, 2, 1. We're going to recut it. I'm going to stitch it together, and we're going to make it work. We're going to find a way to make it work. Just like Barry Bonds, I'm going to use some PEDs to help me and prevent me from ever getting my first hangover. End of discussion. I forgot the joke that I was going to say. Damn it, that sucks. That really does suck. There we go. Coming back to it. So this year, 2026, it's the year of Party Patch and Blue Chew. All the performance-enhancing drugs your boy can possibly take. It's happening right now. It's going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. I feel bad for anybody that just tuned into the show and that's what they got. Party Patch and Blue Chew. The Kirk Commish saying, I know, TC, friends don't lie to each other now. I feel like we have to take a step back into this session. We have taken a step back in this session. Tommy saying, you know what, Commish, we're being good friends. Also letting me know that I am a demon. You're a demon, Mike. That's why. The Kirk Commish saying, fuck it, we'll do it live. And Tommy saying, Viagra? No. Not old enough for Viagra, but Blue Chew. There's a difference. The name. Two different things. I've been working hard to get a sponsorship from Blue Chew just because I think it would be hilarious. Just the tip with Blue Chew. I think I found my way. I think I have found my way. Actually saying that's pretty cool. 42 is when it would take me 1 week to recover. Jesus. I've seen it. I've seen it. Like Destiny, her 39th birthday, it took her about a week to recover. Oh, man. I think that year I was like having the time of my life in Vegas doing a show right after getting hammered ass drunk. Yeah, we did the NFL draft show from Vegas. Good times. Holy shit. I got to try to do that. I'm a little sad because with my current job, I'm not going to be able to go to the NFL draft, but I want to send somebody out there for the NFL draft. It's just, I don't know who has equipment and things like that. So I gotta try to figure something out. I might be making phone calls to some people. We'll see. We have to continue our relationship with the NFL via the NFL draft. That is going to be my goal for this year. And I think I might be going to Cincinnati for some MLB All-Star Game stuff, but we'll see about that as it comes down closer down the road. Nonetheless, we made it through this hour. I was not going to do a full hour. Michael Whitler saying, looking good, sounding great. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. I just noticed that comment right now, so now I'm hoping that you didn't hear all of the conversation that was being had. The Cricket Commission saying, send me, bro. I got to figure it out. I got to figure it out. If I don't offer Brandon first, I will never hear the end of it. He doesn't know how to set up equipment. I got to have people set up equipment. Anyway, I'll figure this is a problem for down the road. We made it through this hour. Thank you all so much for helping me out through this hour. I appreciated it. Look, man, legitimately, I started this show. I was in a very bad mood. It's been a long day, had an absolute killer of a migraine. And I didn't know how long I was going to do the show. I forced myself to do the show, and I am glad that I did. Because I got to have what was one of the silliest and most dumb fucking conversations I have ever had in my life. Thank you all so much for being a part of the show. Thank you all so much for supporting the show as well. Good at Sports Guy saying hello. Hello to you. And unfortunately for you, this is the time where we also say goodbye. So we'll see you all tomorrow.